Chinese creation myth. At the beginning of times, earth and heaven were together, forming a world egg-like. This egg was a total chaos when the yin-yang forces were equilibrated. Inside of this egg was Pangu, a Chinese god that woke up after 18,000 years of being sleeping and felt suffocated, so broke up this egg. Then the world got separated in two. Light or heaven that were represented by the yang and earth represented by the yin. He remained with his head touching heaven and his foot touching earth. Heaven and earth started to grow, so after 18,000 years, heaven was bigger and earth thicker, making it impossible for them to get together again. Then Pangu passed away, and his body part became elements of our world. For example, his breath became wind and clouds. His voice became thunders, his eyes became sun and moon, his extremities became mountains, his blood became water, his veins became long ways, his muscles became fertile fields. From his hair and birth, millions of stars were formed. From his skin, flowers and trees result. His sweat became rain and dew that fed up every living thing on earth. And the flesh that he carried out in his body became humans. So that's how the world was created. Suns myth. Aztecs of central Mexico believed that four suns were created in the early eras, and that each sun had died at the end of cosmic cycles. But they also believed that there was a fifth era. Tonatiuh was the fifth sun and the last era still belonging to him. He also was in charge of the universe and of the Aztec paradise called Toyan. This paradise was very prestigious to them, so only warriors and women that died during birth labor were accepted there. So, they, to prevent the end of the universe and of this paradise, made human sacrifices to keep Tonatiuh's strength high.
Oedipus the king. At the beginning, the king Laius and the queen Jocasta of Thebes were told by an oracle that their son would grow up to murder his father and marry his mother. Trying to fight against his destiny, Laius tied the feet of his newborn son and left him to death on a lonely mountain. The little kid was picked up by a shepherd and taken to the king Corinthian, who adopted him as his own son and named him Oedipus. Oedipus didn't know he was adopted, and when the oracle proclaimed that he would murder his father, he left the city. On his journey, Oedipus found Laius and killed him, thinking that he and his men were thieves making the prophecy. Oedipus arrived at Thebes harassed by a horrible monster, the Sphinx, who walked the roads that led to the city, killing all travelers who could not handle the riddle that possessed it. When Oedipus found out the answer to the riddle, the Sphinx killed itself. By the time Oedipus arrived at Thebes, the people who lived there believed that King Laius was killed by a group of thieves. They proclaimed Oedipus as the new king of Thebes and gave him the queen Jocasta as his wife, as an appreciation that he was the one that killed the Sphinx and with all the damage that it was doing to the city. The couple lived happily ever after for a couple of years. Then Jocasta found out that her son survived, and he was the one that killed Laius, and she was married to him. Thinking of the prophecy, she killed herself. When Oedipus found out the truth, he couldn't handle what he had done and what he was seeing, and her mother and wife being dead. He removed his eyes and left the kingdom.